So I want to address some common student errors. Sometimes students confuse the subset notation, which is this notation, with the element of notation, which is this, and knowing which one to use in each situation. So when using the subset notation, you are comparing one set with another set. So we have set A is a subset of the set of A and B. This is correct notation when comparing one set to another set. So this is correct, okay? Incorrect notation would be A is a subset of the set of A and B. Notice that this A doesn't have any set notation around it. So this is incorrect notation when you're comparing an element to a set. So I'm going to put a big old fat X through that. You don't want just an element being a subset of a set. But when you are using an element of notation, you're comparing an element with a set. So here's correct notation. A, which is just an element, notice it doesn't have any braces around it, is an element of the set of A and B. This is correct notation when you're comparing one element to a set. So this is correct. Incorrect notation would be if you're taking a set and saying it's an element of another set. This is incorrect notation when comparing an element to a set. So I'm going to put a big old X through that. That's not correct. So if you have the set notation here, if you have these bars, then you need to be using the subset notation. If you have no bars, okay, no bars, then you need to be using the element of notation. So each one of these examples is either a subset or an element, and I want you to know, decide which situation to use subset notation or element of. So we have the set of 1, 2, 3. Is that going to be a subset or an element of the set of 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 forever? In this case, it's a subset because you have a set notation compared with another set. The next problem is for a subset, or is it an element of the set of 1, 2, 3? Because this has no braces around it, we have to use the element of notation. Next, we have the set of Monday. Is that a subset or an element of the set of the X, the set of all X, such that X is a day of the week? Well, Monday surely is a day of the week. Because it has braces, we're talking about a set compared with another set. So because they're two sets we're being compared, we're talking subset notation, not element of notation. Now the next one is basically the same question, except this time we have Monday being just a plain element without any braces. So now this is an element being compared to a set. So because it's an element compared to a set, we use the element of. The element J, is that a subset or an element of the set of J? Well, in this case, because we're taking an element and comparing it to a set, that's going to be an element notation. Whereas the next one, the set of J, is that a subset or an element of the set of J? In this case, it's a subset because they're comparing one set to another set. Okay, so you're really focusing on if the first one has braces, then it's a set, and then you need to use subset or proper subset notation. If you are comparing something without braces, then that's an element, and then you have to use the element of notation. Okay, I hope that helps, and this concludes our lesson on subsets.